Hey guys, this is Janis from Driven by a Goal, helping you to achieve your goals. I'm super excited because in today's episode I'm going to be sharing with you one of the projects that I've been working on for a long time. And this one thing is always on top of my priority list. Every morning when I write down my goals, this one thing is always on the top of my priority list where I put the most focus and most effort into working on it. So it is a mobile application that I'm developing, and in fact it's a whole game and it's called a Hookmaster. And it's not only me who is developing it, there is a whole team behind it because it takes a lot of resources and a lot of effort to develop a mobile application or to develop a mobile game. And in this video is not meant to explain the details about the game development, but I'm going to be more focusing on a business side. Obviously, why I'm developing the game, how it started with me, how I started to develop a mobile game, and as well as the things what it takes to develop the game, because I think there is a lot of opportunity out there at the moment if you are knowledgeable in this field or if you want to solve a problem. In the form of mobile app, it's a great way to solve this problem and monetize around this niche. Because since 2008, when smartphones came into the world and the App Store was launched, things has been developing, and more things in the nowadays happens in form of the mobile applications. You can order the taxi, you can order the pizza, and you can also create your custom schedule and training regime with your personal trainer with the help of mobile applications. So there is a lot of opportunity for applications out there at the moment, and you can either solve a new problem with the application, or maybe you can improve the processes, already existing processes within your business with the help of mobile applications. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. And at the end of this video, I'll be also showing you guys a little bit of my game. Obviously, it's a playable build at the moment, and I can show you how it looks like, how it functions, and also how I'm approaching or how I'm planning to approach the market when the game is going to be finished. So all of that coming up soon. So why I decided to make a mobile game? Well, for me, it was pretty much a simple business idea. As obviously there were popular games coming out all the time, and I think on the time when I started with it, I think Angry Birds were the most popular game and the most profitable game as well. The idea behind game development is that you develop the product, you design it, then you bring it into the marketplace and hope for then generating a consistent monthly income from how the game is performing. Of course, you still have to advertise it, you still have to push the updates out. You can't just let something go because you have to constantly improve the game and tweak the game according to analytics to see what people like more, where people monetize the best, and obviously how the whole process is moving forward. So it's not like completely like one-off product launch and then you forget about it. You still got to work on it. But once you get a niche, once you get a substantial amount of users that play your game and share it, then you can pretty much have it as a passive income stream for you. But of course, it's all not that easy because obviously the fact is that 95% of the games that are being launched just get lost in a huge marketplace because there are millions of other games. And the truth is that about 95% of the games don't make any money. Then about 4% of the games break even or make a little bit of a money, and then 1% of the games make all the money. You probably heard of the games like Clash of Clans or Candy Crush, and those games literally bring in millions of dollars every single day. But obviously you have to also understand that behind those games there are development teams, designer teams, analytics teams, marketing teams, PR teams, a lot of people who are putting them effort into distributing and continuously developing the game to tweak according to analytics. That's the way of the niche it is. Like other places, obviously there is a high risk but also high reward market. So what it takes to develop a mobile game. I mean, it takes a lot. I know it takes a lot because I've been through that process and I'm going through that process again. And I do know that there are outside a lot of guys who are like one-man army who does everything on themselves. Generally, they are the programmers and they just do art themselves and they just do the promotion, everything by themselves. And there are some people who have done it and who have done it very, very successfully. Probably everybody knows the famous game that is not available anymore on App Store, but it was called a Flappy Bird. It was extremely simple and extremely difficult. I think it took me like 5 minutes before I got through the first two tubes. I just lost it all the time. It was so sensitive and it was so difficult, but people loved it. Yep, I think people were thirsty for some really hardcore stuff, and the game became extremely popular. Now it's not available anymore in the marketplace, but there are like tens of thousands of clones. The similar games that try to replicate the same thing, but of course they're not as popular as the Flappy Bird were. There are some other games as well, not only that example, but obviously I don't think that's the way of approaching it. It's almost like you have the same chance of, going to the shop and buying lottery ticket and winning $1 million that you have developing game on your own, launching and becoming a success. But I think there are a lot of things that you can do as a developer to improve your chances. You can do a proper research, you can collaborate with the team, and you can build a game, you can build analytics behind it, and really put a lot of effort in terms of making game really shareable, enjoyable, creating a great story in order for it to become a successful game. And I can share with you guys what's behind my game, so you can have a general understanding. It doesn't always need to be like that. Obviously, if you're developing a mobile application, which is not a game, then probably it's a little bit different. But I just want to share with obviously who's behind my game, so you have a general understanding that it's not like me, spending 2 hours a day and just making a mobile game. So basically, what I have is at the core there are programmers. Obviously, I used to have 2 programmers throughout the journey. At the moment, for the last about 3 months, or actually 6 months, I'm left with 1 programmer. The other one is probably going to join at the very end of the game launch, when we're going to have to finish off the server side and some payment solutions. So there are programmers. Then the next thing, of course, you need an artist who is going to create artworks for the game, the characters, animations, and that kind of stuff. Then I do have a guy who does sounds and music for the game. That's again a part-time position. And then I have 2 game designers who are, one of them is more like a consultant. He's more experienced in games development industry, so he's more of a consultant for our team, but he's also a part of the team. And then I have another game designer who is actually doing a lot of researches, who is reviewing the game builds and obviously describing all the systems and testing the game. And then of course me, I'm making all the decisions, I'm funding the project, and I'm managing a general movement, as well as I'm gonna get more involved as the game will approach the finishing phase, where we're gonna be going out and looking for the publisher, so creating a relationship and that kind of things. So that's what it takes to develop a mobile game. It's not a quick thing. It's like we plan to develop this game. It's supposed to be like a simple game, and we thought we're gonna do it really quickly in 3 months. Yeah, same like the first game, supposed to take us 6 months, and it ended up being 3 years. This game's supposed to be 3 months, and it's now been but it's like 21 months later, we're still developing it. So it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to develop a mobile game or mobile application. So now is the time to jump in the game to have a look on how it looks inside. So here we go. Now we are at the main menu of the game. So this is how the game user interface looks like. So I'll take you through the user interface and different options of the game, and then we'll jump into the actual gameplay and play the game. So here is a store. This is how we're going to monetize the game. The game is going to be free to download in the store, and then we'll monetize it through the in-app purchases, different, as you can see, different coins and games pack, and through the advertising. So that's how we're planning to monetize the game. So we're gonna have a tournament available so people can compete and get bigger prizes. We've got different environments. As higher you go, more the tournaments cost, but also more money you can earn if you win the tournament. So that's from the tournaments. And then we have the jewels. Obviously, we probably won't have anything here because I haven't started any jewel, but if you would have, then you would have a list of different jewels that you have started. And obviously you can start a new one, you can play with a random opponent, you can use Facebook to invite your friends, or you can just kind of challenge your friends through the email. So that's how the jewels feature is going to be working. It's a bit slow loading, we'll get there. So that's about the jewels. And upgrades is obviously the progression system in the game. So we have different hooks here, different characters. Each of the characters and the hooks has got different abilities. You can see rotation speed is increased, which means you can get further quicker. Then obviously this hook gives you extra one hook. So you have got more when you start. This one has got a quicker flying speed. And then obviously you got different types of the hooks that you can obviously unlock. And obviously as you get further down the line, you got like these rare hooks, and eventually you get to legendary ones that has got even 2 abilities. Obviously there is extra hooks, and this one has got increased rotation speed. So this is in the upgrade screen. This is how obviously we will encourage people to play more so they can unlock more hooks and more characters. So let's jump into the actual gameplay. So basically the gameplay is very simple. Obviously all you have to do is just tap at the right moment, which is going to release the hook, and you have to do it in the right time so you actually hook onto the next platform. And then as you hook up, you can see as each platform is divided in a number of sections. So if there is elements on the platform, then you can pick them up like now. Obviously as higher you get, as harder the game is going to become. There is going to be enemies, different types of enemies that will try to restrict you from getting higher. I mean, now you can see this 2x bubble at each platform. This is due to the testing we did in the actual game. It's not going to be that much of these ×2 available in the game. But yeah, and obviously you just tap on the right time to advance yourself further. So I'm going to be hitting my today's high score. And as you can see, there's the first enemy. Obviously you can't shoot through him. You got to wait if he's restricting the access to the next platform. And that is pretty much it. It's very simple. Some of you might be raising the eyebrows and saying, wow, this takes 2 years to develop. And there is a lot underneath the game. It might look simple. It did look simple for us as well when we started to develop it. That's why I said it was planned to be developed in 3 months. But as you can see, it's still not finished. We are still working on it. Right, I'm just about to die. Yeah, that's it. I ran out of the hooks. I got up to platform 37. And that is it. And something just happened, and I'm now being transferred to the summary screen. Oh no, here we go. Just a bit of a glitch. And that is it. Obviously I got burned. Here's my points. Free gift. I think this is still in development. And that is how the game looks like inside. So I can go back and see the main menu. So this is how the game looks like. And this is pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope this episode gave you a sense of what it takes to create or to develop a mobile application or a mobile game. And if you are either considering or if you are planning to develop a game or a mobile application, that this video should give you some idea of what it takes and what's behind it. If you have any questions, like more specific questions, I don't know, on what engine do I use to develop my game, or some other specific questions about application development, then feel free to leave me in the comment section below, as I reply to every single comment, and I'll try to point you guys in the right direction. We're also going to be running some closed beta tests once the game is going to be more closer to the finish. So if you want to become like a tester for the game, again, feel free to leave the comment below, and I will just get you involved once the game is going to be closer to the finishing line, so you can test it out before it's actually launched in the store. Other than that, if you enjoy this episode, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for the channel for more videos like this. This was me, Janis from Driven by a Goal, helping you to achieve your goals. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!